This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's the final round of the Alberta Classic. Frank, with those snow-capped mountains in the distance, this opening hole is really a gorgeous getaway. You can kind of get lost just looking out on the horizon.
Yeah, it certainly is pleasing to the eye off the tee. You see the hole bending gently to the left. The bunker down the left, not really in play.
That's in the fairway. Frank, what's the best way to attack on this second shot, opening hole?
Less confusion, Rich. Just look at the flag. This is a fairly flat piece of fairway we're heading off, and to a green that's very generous. Safely on deck.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
Really, this is that awkward length.
So close. So the short miss, and those are painful. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, Anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Frank, what's ahead after missing the par 3 here?
Well, a tricky little shot coming up, but really this is a difficult par 3, so if you can get
solid play, heart of the green. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, how about the first par 5 on the golf course here at the third, just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Safely aboard. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. That birdie will help the cause. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the fourth. It's been solid for our featured golfer to this point, but will it be good enough, Frank?
Well, solid's always good. There's no question about that, especially in today's professional golf. But it takes brilliance to win it.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always is a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
I don't know that approach will make the highlight reel, but he still has a chance if he makes this putt.
Yeah, 21's when you come of age, don't they say? 21 feet away.
This for another birdie on this hole on the week. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
So a tester from 4 feet. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the 3rd bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. And he makes it for par. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second shot.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Now the approach to the par 4 6th.
A nice layup off the tee. You can virtually hit this shot with your eyes closed. The yardage isn't going to change. Doesn't matter what you put in front. So just dial it in on that yardage.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great putt here. This will require a good touch. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
Just 5 feet left. Good putt. Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one. Oh, he's winding this one up. Doesn't he have the power, though?
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Huge, with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Good start to the hole, Frank.
Yeah, nice drive there. Swinging well, too. This will certainly set up this hole.
Frank, it's always nice to play good golf, but it's just as special to be somewhere where you realize how fortunate we all are to be able to enjoy God's green earth. I mean, this is just an amazing spot.
Well, I know our game's seasonal, Rich, but it amazes me. This is a whole area completely under snow in the winter. And then, once the sun comes out, snow starts to thaw out. You're left with this beautiful golf course just in amongst nature, and you can still be competitive with it. So you can be sort of smelling the roses, as we would say, and still testing your own talent.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a master class in short game.
Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favor the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Frank, golf may be the best sport to follow from this standpoint. You can get closer to the great athlete in golf than you can in any other sport. You could stand 5 feet from Tiger Woods at a tee box as he's getting ready to drive. I mean, that's really unusual in sports.
Yeah, it's a different type of spectator sport, especially if you follow your favorite player all the way around the golf course. Because it's not like waiting for your favorite hitter in a baseball game. You know, you've got to wait several innings. You can literally see him hit every single shot, drive through the putt.
That was not a very good read right there. Settles in over the putt. Good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Birdie try up next. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I've got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. Locked in on the read and the speed. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Now to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the 2 little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Frank, here at the 11th hole, second shot, another chance to make a birdie.
It certainly is. The only thing you're guarding against here with that second shot into 11 is just going long. Pretty generous green once again. Because it slopes back into the player's face, the ball's not going to kick forward.
Good looking shot right here. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie.
It's no snack though. Great sense of speed in that. You know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
All right, on to the 12th hole, 442-yard par 4. What do you like about this hole, Frank?
Just a nice par 4 that sort of bends to the player's right. A lot of people will just stand up here, grab the driver. I don't really think you have to do that, Rich. The hole's not overly long. Just something short or down that left side. You're only going to have a short iron in for your second shot.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway. This is going to be a tough day on the links. I mean, even the Seagulls are walking to work. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
18 feet from the bottom of the cup. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Not very happy with that one. And getting ready for the putt. And that's a bogey. Well, this is a good hole right here. Par 3, 225 yard, 13th. Frank, what do you think?
Well, it's called sulfur. I can't remember what element that is on a periodic table, but hardest thing here is not to figure that out, but figure out what club you're going to use. Just a fraction downhill, just over 200 yards. It does narrow up when they start to stick the flag in the back, but there's a nice fat target there, sort of those first 2/3 of the green.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Looks like he just misread that. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past and miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still has a chance for birdie, too.
Right, okay. I like that positive attitude.
That's the idea. Just knock it in. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Frank, take us down. Give us the player's eye view on this second shot here at 14.
I kind of like a second shot a little lower than normal here. It just seems to shape up to this green. Obviously, you're protecting against going left while you're trying to go directly at the flag. So just something a little lower than normal, I think, would be the go.
Should be pretty good right there. on the safe side. Just a beautiful approach shot. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Oh yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Well, now the par fours begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Need a good, clean strike here from 180 yards away. Second shot. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Just a couple of feet. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunkie should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you'll certainly hit.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Frank, club selection so important on this second shot here at the 16th.
Yeah, any time that the elements don't work in your favor, and by that I mean here the false front, everything rolling back, then you've got to actually be more aggressive, and you're going to get the reward. So it's not like playing reckless golf. It's just the terrain dictates that you fly the ball every inch of the way.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. This one's tracking. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one, short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarsi, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Well, that's how you do it. Hit it close, take the pressure off that putt. That one should be no problem. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. It's a nice birdie right there.
Could not have come at a better time. 3rd place now.
Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this is a pretty important shot. Second here to the par 5 18th.
That's a great tee shot now. The opportunity in front is, well, it's delightful, really. A good second shot here. Chance for eagle. Repetitive is often sounds boring. This is just shot after shot, and it's anything other than that. Spectacular.
Now a 7-footer. Well, Frank, he needed that birdie. Had to have it.
Now only trailing by 2, Rich.
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.